Hey guys, so I've been promising to do a video for a couple of weeks and now I'm coming through. This is my review of what it was like to use MoviePass for the first time. So a couple of weeks ago, MoviePass made news that they were lowering the cost of their service down to $9.95 per month. So basically what that means is that for $9.95 per month, you can sign up and see as many movies as you would want, up to 30 per month, one per day. Now there were some limitations that were on before. The cost was higher, so that was one thing that maybe not sign up for it before. But also there were some limitations. So if you saw a movie at 9 p.m. the night before, and your next movie started at 8:45 the next day, you would actually be blocked from that movie. There was a 24-hour window that you had to wait, and they removed that block. And there was a couple other things. They had some privacy issues with their website that I wasn't 100% sure about, but I read the terms of service and it seemed like it was totally legit. And so now I decided to sign up. So it was super easy to sign up. All you're gonna have to do is to go up to the website right here, click on that card. It'll take you directly to the MoviePass website. And what you'll be able to do is to sign up there and check out MoviePass for yourself. So what was it like to use MoviePass for the first time? Well, it was a little confusing. But in the end, totally worthwhile. So I live in downtown LA. Conveniently, the Regal Cinema LA Live Barco Center is a few blocks away, maybe 10 blocks away. So luckily, that is a theater that uses MoviePass. And so it was really convenient to be able to get to a theater. I don't know, for some people, wherever you're watching this, there may not be a MoviePass theater nearby. It's easy to go onto your app, go onto your Google Play Store, your iTunes Store, and download the MoviePass app. It'll let you know what theaters are available that you can use the MoviePass at. Now, if you sign up, there are a couple of things you have to remember. Number one, you're going to be getting a physical card in the mail that looks just like this. So it's going to take some time for you to get the card. It took me about 10 days to get it. That could be because of the day that I ordered it and it came over the weekend, so that was part of the equation in the number of days. Also, I don't check the mail regularly, so when I say 10 days, from the day that I ordered it until the day I picked it up, it was 10. It may have been there a little sooner, so I can't say for sure, but within 10 days I had the physical card in my hand. Now, the great thing about MoviePass is there are some cinemas that use electronic ticketing, and you can actually use the app from the first day you sign up, if your theater has electronic ticketing. But 10 days later, I had my card in my hand and I was ready to go to a movie. So I took the short trip down to the Regal Cinemas LA Live, and I wasn't really sure how the system works, so I'm gonna walk through it for you so it's a lot easier to do. Number one, you have to be within 100 yards of the theater. So you're gonna have to have your GPS turned on while you have the MoviePass app on. Now, I live 10 blocks away, but that's well outside the 100-yard radius. So I can search for movies, I can see what kind of movies I can see, and here's another limitation. You're not going to be able to see 3D movies, you're not going to be able to see any kind of special cinema events. It's really only the 2D presentations of the movies that are in the theater. Now, for me, I don't really care. There are some movies I'll go see in 3D. I'm going to pay to see those movies in 3D. LA Live has a 4D theater, and at some point I'll find a movie that's worthwhile to see in 4D. But for your everyday movie viewing experience, 2D in a regular theater is totally fine, and that's what MoviePass is great for. So on the app, you can flip through and see what movies are playing at the cinema and what movies are available for MoviePass. So I sat down and I selected the movie that I knew I wanted to see. I was going to go and see Blade Runner 2049. I checked the time, I knew what time I had to be there. Basically, it works like Fandango or just like a basic Google search, except for you can't get the tickets ahead of time. So that's one limitation, but totally worthwhile in the grand scheme of things. I made my way down to the LA Live Cinema. Now, we parked at a parking lot directly across the street. So we are 4 lanes of traffic away from the front door of the theater. As soon as I got out of the car, I pulled out my MoviePass app and I looked up the movie. Everything was still there. Now, I haven't had the experience of it being sold out in the meantime. I don't know what that would be like exactly, but it went very smoothly for me. I just pulled out the app, I found Blade Runner 2049 in 2D, and bam, I hit the 9:45 showtime. That was the one we were going to, and I hit confirm, and it went through the whole process, and it said basically my tickets are waiting for me. Now, again, I was across the street. You don't have to be right at the theater, and while I was doing this, we were walking from the car to the theater. So it's basically doing something that you're going to be doing anyway. I would recommend, after on my second and third and fourth uses of MoviePass, you want to make sure that you do this outside the theater. The GPS can have a little bit of a hard time figuring out where you are, and if your closest cell tower or your last GPS coordinates were a little bit far from the theater, especially for those theaters that are inside a mall or inside some kind of other group area of shops, you're going to want to probably get that ticket ahead of time before you go inside, just so it can confirm that you're 100 yards away. But really, all the problems I had were my own fault. Thinking that I should go inside the theater and then deal with it then. If I had done it on my Uber ride down to the theater, if I had done it when I was walking from my car where I was parking to the theater, or even just while I was standing outside and waiting for my friends to arrive, I could have done it at any of those points and avoided all of that trouble. So really, that is all on me. That's not MoviePass's fault. I get why they have the 100-yard limitation. That means that you are at the theater, you're ready to see the movie. One of the limitations that they have is that you have to select your ticket within 1/2 hour, that's 30 minutes before you go in and claim the ticket. If you wait more than a half hour, I don't know what happens because I haven't allowed that to happen yet, but I imagine that you would lose your reservation. So you want to make sure that you're 100 yards away and within 30 minutes of picking up that ticket. Another thing I haven't checked out is whether or not you have to be within a certain time frame of the movie you're going to see. Could I go pick up my ticket at 6 p.m. for a 9:45 movie and then just have that ticket on me knowing that I'm going to come back for the movie? I don't know. I would surmise that it's probably a lot like purchasing any other movie, that so long as you're within 100 yards and within 30 minutes of picking up the ticket, that you're probably going to be fine. So I ordered the ticket, I confirmed, we walked across the street and into the theater. Here's where it got a little complicated on my first time, and I'll say that every time after that worked totally fine. So it was maybe my stupidity, maybe it was the instructions weren't exactly clear, because the app isn't great with instructions. I think it's supposed to be idiot proof, and maybe I'm too much of an idiot for it. But nonetheless, when you go up to the kiosk, which is where I went, instead of selecting pick up tickets, which is what I do when I order through Fandango or through the Regal or the Cinemark websites, you're actually going to pick purchase tickets. So I went through the entire thing of trying to find where's my reservation. I clicked on pick up my tickets. I swiped my MoviePass credit card, which we'll talk about a little more later. But I swiped my MoviePass credit card and it said there's no reservation for these tickets. So I went back on the app. Another problem I have with the app is it doesn't clearly say what your confirmation is. I thought maybe did I pick the wrong movie? Did I pick the wrong showtime? What's going on here? And I couldn't find out on the app what ticket I actually confirmed until I went back to the Blade Runner 2049. I went back to that particular show. I clicked on that showtime, and once I clicked on there, it said, hey, you have a ticket waiting for this movie. So I was like, all right, so I got the right ticket. What is going wrong here? I went back to the kiosk. Instead of clicking on the pick up tickets, I clicked on purchase tickets. And when I did that, I went through the whole process knowing that I was going to swipe this card and now my credit card. So one way or another, this was going to work out. I picked one adult. And the showtime, you have to go through it as if you were purchasing a ticket just normally out of you walked in off the street. So find the movie, find the showtime. At this particular Regal Cinema, you actually pick your seat as well. So I picked my seat out, and then it said, come time for payment, how you want to pay. Pay with a credit card. As you guys can see, this is just a regular MasterCard. Sorry, I'm covering up the number because I don't want anybody to get the number there. But this is treated like a MasterCard. It's got my name on it. It's got an expiration date. There is a credit card number hidden by my fingers, and it says MoviePass on it. So when it said time for payment, I hit credit card. I swiped my MoviePass card there, and the ticket's printed. So it cost me absolutely nothing out of pocket, just my $9.95 per month. And like I said, there was a few hiccups with trying to pick up the tickets the first time. And for some reason, when you use MoviePass, it produces a lot more paperwork than it usually does. You get your ticket, obviously, and then you get 3 other pieces of paper as well. And I'm reminded of the comedian who said, I'm buying a donut. We don't need to bring ink and paper into this situation. Like, why do I need all of these receipts? Maybe I should look at the receipt more closely. Maybe there was something that I needed to know, but I didn't check. I got my ticket, I was good to go. Then I went and got in line, and the end result is if I'd walked up to the window and spoken to a person, I guarantee you that process would have been totally different. Now, I'm antisocial and I don't want to talk to anybody if I don't have to. So for me, the kiosk is perfect. It's been perfect as long as they've had kiosks, especially when you have Fandango and I can just order it online and then go to the kiosk. And the only person I have to talk to is the ticket taker when I hand them my ticket and they tell me what room I'm in, even though it's on the ticket and I know that anyway. If I'd gone up to the window, I'm sure that they would have processed the whole thing. I would have said, hey, I have a MoviePass. How's this work? They're like, what movie do you want to see? And then I just hand them the card and they swipe it. So the second time I use it, the third time I've used it, it's gone perfectly smoothly now that I know the process. You go to the app, you pick your movie, you confirm, make sure you're within 100 yards in 30 minutes, you go into the kiosk and then purchase a ticket as if you're going to purchase it, swipe your MoviePass card, and it pays for it for you. So a couple of downsides. Aside from the confusion I had, which again was probably all my fault, there is the difficulty of you're going to see a free movie for all intents and purposes. The first movie I saw, the total cost would have been $15. I got it for my $9.95 per month MoviePass cost. The second movie I went to see would have been $17. So again, that movie, the first movie paid for my month, and the second movie was just gratis on top of that. But I noticed, at least my first time, that I was like, oh, you know, I'm seeing the movie for basically free. I'm going to get popcorn. I'm going to get soda. I'm going to get some candy. I don't usually do those things, but I had in my mind that I was seeing the movie for free. Now, I imagine that for Regal, this is exactly what they're hoping for, that when I swipe a card that's not actually coming out of my bank, then I'm going to go swipe my bank card at the front desk and get some popcorn and get some soda and get some candy and the whole nine. The second time I went, I only got the soda, so the soda cost me $7, which is a lot for a soda. But I kept telling myself that this entire journey to the theater cost me $7. I probably would have gotten the soda anyway, and that means that I would have spent the $7 on top of the $15 or $17 or $20 that I'd be spending for the movie. So in the end, I'm still saving the money on the cost of the movie, and I've been to the movies way more often since I got MoviePass than I would have before. Another great thing about it that I'm thinking of in theory, because I haven't really used it for that, there's been a lot of great movies out. And so I wanted to go see those movies, and I did go and see them. The one thing that I'm thinking about for the future is there are going to be some movies that I'm wishy-washy on. What I've been doing in the past is waiting until that hit is second-run theater. LA is great for having second-run theaters, where you can just go and you pay a couple of bucks. You have to wait a few months till it gets there, but you can see it for a couple of bucks, $3, $4, and it's a great way to see a movie. Movie theaters aren't as nice, of course. It's a very basic experience, but it's lower cost. The MoviePass gives you that exact experience, except for you get to see it in the first-run theater, in a very nice theater with the reclining seats and the nice comfortable cushion seats. And for the Regal cinemas, I get to pick my seat, which I can't do at those second-run theaters. So you get that same experience of a very cost-effective movie for the same price instead of having to go to those second-run theaters. I cannot praise MoviePass enough. I am abusing this card. I'm wondering how long this card's gonna last and whether or not I can get a second one if I burn it out. If I ruin the magnetic strip, are they gonna be able to send me another one? Totally worth the $9.95 per month. If you follow the simple guide that I've put in here, then it will make your experience a little bit easier, and hopefully you won't have the few problems that I had. It should be smooth sailing for you. And I hope that you guys go check out a ton of movies that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. Movies that you're wishy-washy on, it's easy to say, well, it's included in my monthly MoviePass. Like Netflix, like any other monthly expense, I'm gonna pay a few dollars to have a movie experience and be able to go and see something in the cinema that I wouldn't have seen before. And one last thing to keep in mind is to make sure that you sign up for the rewards programs at all your theaters, because the rewards cards still do count. When you pay with your MoviePass card, before you get to that phase, it's going to say, hey, are you a Regal Club member? Are you a Carmike Cinemas or a Cinemark member? And you can swipe your card and you get the same rewards even though you're paying with MoviePass. And of course, if you do go get that popcorn, if you get that soda, paying with that extra money, you can use your rewards card there and you actually get the same rewards even though you're on a MoviePass event. I can't recommend that enough. Just make sure you sign up for all the rewards programs. 100% worth it. And I'm looking forward to, over the next few months, wearing this card out at the movies. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You can do that below. And you're going to see down in the corner here, this is where you can find me on social media. It's at Robert N. Cheek on all your social networks. So come and find and like me and subscribe to all my stuff there as well. And make sure that you look for new videos coming up soon. So until next time, take care, everybody.